We're going to start on the front porch, and we welcome back Connor Lanfear. He and the Aggies, quite the game on Saturday. To win it like that, always special. I say that, but it just seems to be the norm with this Arkansas game you guys play.
Very true. I mean, every time we play Arkansas, we know it's going to be a battle. You know, I'm just thankful we could come away with the win again.
Mm-hmm. Streak continues. That's kind of nice.
Streak continues.
Yeah. So we'll talk Arkansas. We'll talk South Carolina, and we'll just sit back on the rocking chair on the front porch like we do and just talk about anything. But we can't do it until you introduce your esteemed guest. And I like the fact that you're showing some special teams love today.
Oh yeah, you know we're proving that specialists are people too. You know, one day at a time. So today I brought a good buddy of mine, Shane Tripucka.
So starting off good. I like where this is headed.
Yeah, it's kind of a homage to you, the whole segment. One day at a time, though. Is it a progression? You know, of getting specialists their love?
We're trying to get specialists, some love because, they don't get as much attention as a lot of those guys. But I respect the specialist, even though they don't do anything in practice. They'll come away not sweating at all.
Well, hopefully I'm not doing anything in a game either. So just practicing what we're going to do in the game.
That's right. Hey, ready when needed, though. See, the specialists are the true spirit of the 12th man. Ready. Standing ready when needed.
Ready and waiting.
That's right.
Always.
Yeah. And Shane, I wanted to ask you about, you follow a guy in Drew Kaiser, Shane Leckler. We know about him. I mean, he's the longest tenured Aggie in the NFL, going 18 years. I mean, I actually think punting right now at Texas A&M, it's sort of upholding a tradition because there's been a line of some really good ones. You set the school record last year for pinning opponents inside the 20-yard line. Do you kind of feel that way, that you're continuing a lineage of really good punters at this school?
Definitely. I don't know how I stack up against those other guys. I mean, they're NFL pros, NFL All-Pros are amazing. So for me, just trying to, keep it going to the next guy. Braden Mann's going to be ready to go, and he's got a big leg too. But, I definitely think, punting is a big deal here, and hopefully it continues to be because so far, we're putting specialists in the NFL every single year, and it's kind of cool to see that, and kind of be the punter you or specialist you.
I think I labeled us that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's always a good label to have.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I want to know if you ever, who in practice, maybe when it's done, does anybody ever go try to punt? Maybe like a Connor Lanfear, other
There's always
guys.
One of those guys. They come out and they think they can kick a field goal too. That's the best part. It's more field goals than punting.
I can see that too.
Yes,
yeah.
But Landis Durham always bugs me about this because he went to Plano East, and he was there around the same time as me. And my senior year, we had 2 or 3 games in district play where I didn't punt. So
and you're Allen.
We actually split the all district punter that year just because he punted for them, and then I only punted like 2 or 3 of the district games. So he always bugs me about that. They'll come up to me and go, Shane, other best punter on the team, man. I could do it too, but it's everybody wants to come over. They see us messing around. They want to come over and kick one around.
Will you try this, Connor?
Oh no, I won't. Kick
You're not going to try a field goal?
Oh heck no, man! As soon as I do that one time, I'm tearing a hamstring or something catastrophic is happening.
Catastrophic. I mean, he's going.
I'm not even attempting it. Not
All
even
right.
close.
All right. Well, we'll leave you. We'll leave you with your offensive lineman and Jim Turner. But this game, we discussed it a little bit, but let's go further with it. The Arkansas contest on Saturday, 50-43 in overtime. You guys get it again. I kind of go back to a play where maybe the old adage of don't worry about what you can't control really rang true in the second quarter there. You're down 21-7. You're going to get a touchdown. You're getting back in the game. A mistake, unfortunately, by the officiating crew takes a touchdown off the board. But you guys, after that, you kind of snap your finger and get through halftime, and in the third quarter, you're up. What was the response to a difficult situation like that, Connor? Because that can be a little demoralizing to a team when you know we just got points taken off the board that we had earned.
Well, I think it goes back to what you said a second ago. I mean, you don't worry about what you can't control. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was an unfortunate mistake made by the officiating crew, but we can't control that. Mm-hmm. And I was really proud of the guys in our group. even when we were in overtime, even when things were going bad, when we were in a slugging match with Arkansas there at the end, there was no panic in that huddle. There was no sense of, frantic worry or panic. We were calm. We knew we had to execute, and we knew we had to come away with those points. And, I think that's a testament to how we prepare during the week. If you can be calm in crunch time situations like that, you're going to come away with a lot of wins in those difficult situations.
Mm-hmm. And then that fourth quarter, it just got amazing. It was A&M and Arkansas taken to a new level. The back and forth of it all. Seekirk had the kick return for the touchdown, but ultimately, Shane, you got to kick a field goal to send this thing to overtime. Yep. As a guy that has the ear of Daniel LaCamera in a moment like that, do you say anything to him or do you leave him alone?
No, you let him do what he's got to do, and same as every other field goal. You're still going out there and kicking the ball. And, you just kind of stay away from him, let him do his thing, let him go through his routine. And then, it's just another kick. Mm-hmm. It's no different than any other kick. And, he showed, going through your routine, keeps you where you need to be. And I was extremely proud of him after that game because he came in, when we needed points, and he put the ball through the goalpost. And especially at the end of the game, it's a tough kick. Last one of the game, put us into overtime. He didn't even phase him. He just put it right down the middle. Had no problem. So it was extremely proud of Daniel on that play.
Mm-hmm. And Connor, one of the things we see, and it feels like we've seen it the last couple of games, specifically Arkansas, though, it feels like the coaching staff, they want a fresh group as far as offensive linemen out there for the fourth quarter. And it really worked on Saturday because you guys moved the ball quite efficiently and easily in the fourth quarter and in that crucial overtime. And there's a situation every now and then they'll get a group of youngsters in on the O-line to spell you guys, I'm thinking that is. Do you feel fresher at the end of the game? Because those guys can give you a little help from time to time. But the starters played the entire fourth quarter in overtime, dominated. Is that a tactic to keep you guys fresh, help you finish a ball game strong?
It certainly helps with that, without a doubt. Taking a drive here or there off and letting those guys get some reps really does help keep us fresh so that when we go into those crunch time situations, we feel better, we're more efficient, and we execute better. I don't know if it's so much a tactic to keep us fresh, although it does do that, but those guys can play, and I think a lot of people miss that. They see that second O line going, and they just immediately think, oh, what are we doing putting them in? But those guys can really play, and it's a good thing that they're getting those reps because down the line in the season against one of these big SEC opponents, I can almost guarantee someone's going to go down with an injury or something is going to go wrong. And one of those guys is going to be forced into a position where he has to perform at the highest level against an all-SEC defender. That day is going to come. And it's good that those guys are getting those reps now, and they're going to be prepared for it. So they've done a very good job so far.
Yeah, and like I said, it certainly worked out in the fourth quarter because that's where you guys were really moving the ball, the crucial overtime, got it in the end zone when you needed to. And obviously one of the big plays was the kickoff return by Christian Kirk. That was his first kickoff return for a touchdown. Now, he'd returned 5 punts for touchdowns in his career. So, Shane, I want to ask you, would you punt to him? I know this was a kickoff return on Saturday.
Anywhere near him.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't let him get that ball in his hands because he's electric when he gets it, and he showed it again on the kickoff return. And the crazy thing about that kickoff return is not only did he weave his way down there and just leave everybody in the dust. We had every single block in that on that kickoff return. I think we were 7 out of 7 on the blocks.
He was untouched.
It was unbelievable. So you could drive a truck through that hole. Coach Banks even showed he put a big Cadillac on the middle of the film on it and just right through the thing. It was hilarious. So It always helps when you got those holes like that, but he's amazing when he gets the ball in his hands.
Hey, you said it, man. He's electric. I remember standing on the sideline and I was buckling up my chin strap, getting ready to go in for that drive, And I remember thinking to myself while the ball's in the air, just thinking, man, it sure would be neat if Kirk just ran one back right here. And sure enough, I see that hole start to open up, and Keaton Sutherland is right in my ear, and I just hear him say, goodbye. And, I mean, he shot out of there, and we went crazy. It's just amazing what that kid can do once he's got the ball in his hands.
We were pretty close to having another one or two during that game, too. So we got that one, but, we could even get, another one or maybe another one after that. It was close. So
yeah, and we've got Shane Tripucka and Connor Lanfear with us here on Studio 12 on the front porch, and I saw this guy yesterday, and I kind of teased him. Cullen said, if Christian gets a block when I got the kickoff, that short one, maybe I house one too, and maybe I'm in the end zone. But I thought when Cullen was making his kickoff return, and this is a crucial time too, it set up field position at the 50-yard line in a tight game. I was watching him come. He was coming toward our sideline, the A&M sideline. I was like, if he can get around this one guy. Yeah. It's a foot race. I don't know if he's going to win the foot race, but it's just a foot race with another guy, and then he never got around that guy.
Yeah. But he bounced right off that dude too, and just, turned and took off. I thought he was gonna take it all the way. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I thought and if the 12th man runs back a kickoff here,
yes.
Do you know what that stadium would have done?
Oh man, I think it would have collapsed. It would have been
AT&T Stadium.
Activity just collapsed.
AT&T Stadium shakes from its foundation, but. Looking forward to South Carolina this week. I mean, it's right back to SEC play. And I think this about the matchup, the last 2 years, I mean, it's been a close game. 2 years ago at Kyle Field, Donovan Wilson had a huge pick six, and you win the game by 7. Last year, they take the first play from scrimmage and go 75 yards. They've got the lead, and it's kind of a dogfight the rest of the way. You guys win 24-13. I mean, is this just an SEC opponent? It's going to be a dogfight. They've played you close 2 years in a row.
Oh, it always is. I mean, any SEC game you play in, you're expecting it to be a close game. I mean, you're playing someone physical every week. Every matchup is a crucial one. Their linebackers run very well. They're well coached inside. They run a lot of different defensive fronts. It's going to be a dogfight, and we've been preparing like that all week, and that's what we're expecting come Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And Shane, in these games, field position is obviously important. Is in any of them, but I think it gets elevated in SEC games.
Oh, definitely. SEC games, it's huge.
Yeah. I think punters would love to hit that rocket sometimes. It comes off their foot so well, travels about 70 yards. But is it a better feel pinning them inside the 20 or the 10?
It's always
when
nice.
You're able to do that.
Helps the rest of the team out. That's a huge thing. SEC play, it's a little bit different. Like if you're playing a smaller school or a different conference, maybe hitting a ball that's 60 yards on a line drive is okay. The SEC, you got to hit a 45, 50-yard ball, big hang time. You can't let that returner get a hand on the ball because they're all NFL returners. So I think field position in these games is huge. So pinning those guys deep and, getting the ball out on the numbers, getting it where they can't return it is huge.
Mm-hmm. Finally, before you guys go, is there any outdoorsmanship in the punter? Shane Tripucka. You get outdoors much? I mean, I don't know who I should let go first. Connor to comment or let Shane.
I've been trying to take him hunting forever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I do a little shooting. That's about it.
Like skeet, clays, or
there's
targets?
A range over at Snook I go to every once in a while.
Okay.
Other than that, not much.
I mean, you got to get him out there.
I go fishing every once in a while, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Just out there, throwing a hook in the water.
Well, you got a guy right here. He knows what he's doing every time he goes out.
A little bit. Yeah, no. Bow season's coming up in 9 days, or less than 9 days. Yeah, it's this weekend, actually.
Yeah.
Archery season for deer start, so pretty excited about that. If you learn how to shoot a bow, it might take you deer hunting.
I'm down to learn anything. Maybe I'll just take it down with my bare hands. Man up.
There you go.
Man up.
Oh, yeah. Forget the weaponry.
The only thing is, I don't know how effective I'll be without,
you've got to
big grizzly beard here.
You've got to have some facial hair.
I feel like that adds quite a bit of strength to your
Without
body.
a doubt.
Do you ever try the facial hair?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't work.
Not at all?
Yeah, no. It doesn't look good. It's a little scary.
That's all right.
A little scary.
With a beard like this, man, I could run a deer down, break its antler off, stab it with its antler. And
there you go.
I don't even need to bring a gun or a bow. Like, it's
More
all about
effective.
the beard.
He's told some gory stories on this segment before of his hunting exploits.
See, those to me sound like they're so nice, though. You know, stabbing the pig, the dove, getting its head popped up.
I've heard some interesting stories in the locker room about the things that he fries up and he eats.
Yes.
So,
would you try alligator gar by this man?
not a chance.
No, he wouldn't do it.
They've been giving me a hard time in the locker room recently about all the different things I'll eat. One thing I mentioned that most people don't know you can't eat, but you can, is raccoon. You can actually eat raccoon too.
I may not be with you on that one.
You can eat it. You just got to put it in a.
Yikes.
It's got to be like, it can't be just an inner city raccoon that's eating people's garbage and stuff.
Yeah, because that's what I picture.
Yeah.
What a raccoon intakes. That's what I'm picturing.
If you take a raccoon that's, you know, lives like right by a sweet corn field or something, you know, it's going
a healthy raccoon.
Yes, it's going to be a
I think
lot
I'm
better
still gonna go with
quality
some
meat.
chicken or something. Yeah.
Well, you know.
Well, Shane, if the raccoon is on the proper diet, would you try it?
No.
No.
See, it's
still
I
not
wouldn't
happening.
tell you about it. I'd feed it to you, and you would have no idea.
That's true. If you cook it up well, I mean, you could tell somebody it's chicken.
Don't you dare trick me.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Well, fellas, we appreciate the time. All the best on Saturday night against South Carolina. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.